All right, let's dive into the latest buzz surrounding the San Francisco 49ers, especially focusing on the rising star who's been setting the field on fire lately. The Broncos just dropped some serious praise, basically confirming that the 49ers have found their new spark plug, and honestly, it's hard to disagree. When you watch Upton Stout in action, it's clear why he's grabbing everyone's attention. His coverage is nothing short of sensational. Think sticky man-to-man defense, following the receiver with precision, making plays like that three-step interception with a one-handed grab that leaves you just shaking your head. That's not just a highlight, it's a statement. You've probably seen the clip already, but it bears watching again because moments like that don't come around every day. Upton Stout isn't just making plays, he's rewriting expectations for what a rookie can bring to the 49ers. The buzz around him draws parallels to Dominic Pun, who, let's be real, only got his break because of injuries. But Stout? He's earned his spotlight purely on merit, carving out a name for himself with every snap. The excitement around him isn't just fan hype, it's real, grounded in what he's showing on the field. Even Fred Warner, one of the team's key defensive leaders, highlighted how Stout doesn't need anyone to push him. He's naturally wired for this, showing up every day with the right mindset and intensity. No coaching needed to fuel that fire. It's not just Warner's take that's noteworthy. Other voices in the camp have talked about the energy and enthusiasm that Stout brings, something that lifts the whole team. When people talk about him, there's a consistent tone of optimism, like this kid is more than just a player. He's an energy source for the squad. That kind of presence is invaluable in a team sport where momentum can shift with a single play or a single player's attitude. Comparisons to players like Quan Williams bring us back to a time when the 49ers could rely on a nickelback to specialize in one role without having to play every position in the secondary. While D.A. Leonard is versatile and more than capable, the ideal scenario is having someone who can lock down a position completely, and Stout looks like he could fill that gap perfectly. Moving beyond the defensive backfield, the joint practice with the Denver Broncos gave us plenty to unpack. The Broncos' defensive front is among the league's best, which made for a stern test for the 49ers offense. One glaring issue that stood out was the struggle of the offensive line in protecting the quarterback. Without Trent Williams, the pressure was relentless, and the Broncos didn't miss their chance to bring the heat. Despite that, players like Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey showed flashes of brilliance, especially as the practice wore on and they found their rhythm. Purdy, for instance, had a rough start with a couple of interceptions, but what really matters is how he bounced back, displaying resilience that you want to see from a young quarterback. Jordan Watkins continued to shine as a reliable target, proving why Kyle Shanahan's system can develop wide receivers who may not seem like fantasy darlings, but are incredibly valuable on the field. Watkins' ability to capitalize on opportunities has earned him consistent reps, even amid questions about his fantasy upside. Russell Gage also showed that he remains a threat, with his past performance for the Atlanta Falcons highlighting his capability to make big plays. Given the injury situation and the depth chart reshuffling, Gage's role with the 49ers looks promising this season. On the defensive line, Nick Bosa once again reminded everyone why he's one of the premier pass rushers in the league. Facing a Broncos offensive line ranked among the top 5, Bosa's dominance was a testament to his elite skills. The ability to impose pressure on such a highly regarded unit is no small feat, and it sends a message that the 49ers defense can hold its own against tough competition. In the midst of all this, Alfred Collins is quietly making strides. Despite a late start to training camp due to injury and contract issues, Collins is showing daily improvements that could soon earn him a spot in the rotation with the starters. His physicality and aggressiveness in practice, including disrupting plays like jumping into passing lanes, indicate a player who is determined to make an impact. For a second-round pick, overcoming setbacks and adapting quickly is crucial, and Collins appears to be on that path. Fred Warner's remarks about the defense navigating a season of transition with many new faces highlight the challenge ahead. His focus on daily improvement and not letting any day slip by shows a leadership mindset focused on building a championship-caliber unit. While there might be a hint of concern in his tone about the journey they are on, the progress and dedication from the team are undeniable. This mindset of constant growth and focus on the process is exactly what a team needs to navigate the highs and lows of a grueling NFL season. As for the offense, Brock Purdy's reflections after facing a top-tier Broncos defense emphasize the importance of competition and learning through adversity. While the defense made life difficult early on, the offense's ability to adjust and finish strong is a positive sign. Purdy's emphasis on moving the ball against tight coverage and bouncing back from mistakes is the kind of growth you want to see in preseason action, where reps and development take precedence over stats. Christian McCaffrey's role remains pivotal. When healthy, he opens up the field not just for himself, but for the entire offense, forcing defenses to account for him in ways that create opportunities for others. Questions about whether the team is too reliant on McCaffrey are fair, but need to be seen in context. Injuries to other running backs and a lack of depth forced the 49ers to lean heavily on their star back. However, this is a situation that affects many teams around the league. Dependence on key players is part of football, and managing that reliance is the challenge. The joint practices against Denver also serve as a reminder of the rarity of facing such a formidable defense during the regular season. This high-level competition early on is valuable for the 49ers, giving them a chance to test themselves against an elite unit that they might only see in the Super Bowl, if at all. Kyle Shanahan's preference for joint practices over preseason games shows his focus on meaningful competition and preparation, making this matchup all the more significant. Amid the intense defensive pressure, the connection between Brock Purdy and Ricky Pierce stood out. Their timing and chemistry on routes are the kinds of details that get polished over the offseason and translate to game day success. Seeing this connection flourish against a defense as tough as Denver's adds another layer of optimism for the 49ers' offensive potential this season. All these elements combined paint a picture of a team in the midst of growth and adaptation, fueled by emerging talent like Upton Stout, steady veterans, and a coaching staff focused on continuous improvement. The road ahead is challenging, but the signs of progress and resilience are there, setting the stage for an intriguing season. Absolutely. Here's the continuation, diving deeper into the evolving dynamics of the San Francisco 49ers, expanding on their strengths, challenges, and the key factors shaping their journey this season. The narrative surrounding the 49ers isn't just about individual talent, but about how the pieces are coming together to form a cohesive unit ready to compete at the highest level. The blend of experienced veterans and promising rookies creates a unique atmosphere where leadership and youthful energy collide, fueling the team's ambition. At the heart of the 49ers defense, beyond the impressive coverage skills of Upton Stout, lies a sophisticated scheme that demands versatility and intelligence from its players. The coaching staff has crafted a system that adapts fluidly to the strengths of its personnel, allowing defenders like Stout to excel by putting them in positions where their instincts and athleticism can make the biggest impact. This strategic approach is crucial when facing offenses that are increasingly complex, requiring defenders to read plays quickly and react with precision. It's not just about raw talent anymore. It's about football IQ, anticipation, and the ability to communicate effectively on the field. Fred Warner's leadership extends beyond his own performance. It's about setting a standard for the entire defense. His comments about the new faces on the roster reflect a broader truth in the NFL. Teams are constantly in flux, with players coming and going, and maintaining continuity is a challenge. Warner's role as a veteran presence is vital in bridging that gap, helping rookies and younger players adjust to the professional level while keeping the team's identity intact. His focus on daily improvement and refusing to let any practice or game slip by without maximum effort is contagious, creating a culture of accountability that is essential for sustained success. The defensive line, anchored by Nick Bosa, continues to be a force that opponents must game plan for meticulously. Bosa's ability to pressure quarterbacks disrupts timing and creates opportunities for turnovers, setting the tone for the defense as a whole. The supporting cast around him, including emerging talents and seasoned contributors, is critical to maintaining that edge. Players like Alfred Collins, despite early setbacks, demonstrate the depth and potential that the 49ers possess. Their physical style of play and willingness to engage in the trenches give the defense a ruggedness that complements the speed and coverage skills of the secondary. On the offensive side, the evolution of Brock Purdy is one of the most compelling stories of the season. His journey from being an underdog to establishing himself as a reliable starting quarterback is a testament to his work ethic and mental toughness. The early struggles against the Broncos' fierce pass rush highlight areas for growth, but Purdy's ability to adjust and perform under pressure speaks volumes about his potential. The chemistry he is building with receivers like Jordan Watkins and Ricky Pierce is crucial, especially in a system that relies heavily on timing and precision routes. Their connection is not just about catching passes. It's about creating separation, reading defenses, and executing plays that keep the chains moving. Christian McCaffrey's presence on offense cannot be overstated. When healthy, he is a dynamic playmaker who influences every facet of the game. His ability to run, catch, and block makes him a triple threat that defenses must respect, which in turn opens up opportunities for other players. The 49ers' reliance on McCaffrey is a double-edged sword. While he can carry the team's offense on his shoulders, injuries to him or lack of support depth could expose vulnerabilities. Managing his workload and integrating the running back committee effectively will be a key factor in sustaining offensive production throughout the season. The joint practices with the Denver Broncos provided invaluable experience, not just as a test of skill, but as a learning opportunity. Facing one of the league's top defensive units forced the 49ers' offense to refine its approach, emphasizing quick decision-making and precision. The physicality of the Broncos' defense exposed some weaknesses in protection and pass rush handling, areas that the offensive line must address to give Purdy and the skilled players the time and space they need. These sessions are as much about adjustments and mental preparation as they are about physical execution, reinforcing the team's readiness for the grind of the regular season. Special teams, often overlooked, are another aspect where the 49ers have shown dedication to detail. Consistency in this phase can be a difference-maker in close games, whether it's field position battles, kick returns, or coverage units. The emphasis on discipline and execution here reflects the overall mindset of the coaching staff. No aspect of the game is too small to ignore. This attention to detail helps build the foundation for success and often translates into crucial moments in tight contests. The coaching staff, led by Kyle Shanahan, continues to impress with their ability to innovate and adapt. Shanahan's offensive schemes are known for their creativity and complexity, designed to maximize the strengths of his personnel. His approach to joint practices, preferring them over traditional preseason games, underscores his commitment to preparing the team under conditions that simulate real game intensity. This philosophy not only tests the players physically, but also mentally, challenging them to stay sharp and focused against top competition. The benefits of this approach are evident in the team's readiness and execution as the season progresses. Looking ahead, the 49ers face a demanding schedule that will test their resilience and depth. Injuries, as always, remain a concern, especially given the physical style the team employs. The ability to maintain performance despite setbacks will be a hallmark of their success. Depth players like Alfred Collins stepping up when called upon, and rookies adapting quickly to the pace of the NFL will be crucial in weathering the inevitable challenges of a long season. The fan base, energized by the emergence of players like Upton Stout and the return to competitive form of veterans, has high expectations. The blend of young talent and seasoned leadership creates a narrative of a team on the rise, hungry to reclaim their status as one of the league's elite. The excitement around the 49ers is not just about individual stars, but about the collective effort and the promise of a well-rounded team capable of competing deep into the playoffs. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers surrounding the San Francisco 49ers have intensified this week following reports that Christian McCaffrey, the team's star running back, may have made some unflattering remarks about wide receiver Brandon AIYUK. While no official statements have been released by either player or the organization, insiders claim McCaffrey privately questioned AIYUK's commitment during closed-door conversations with unnamed teammates. Allegedly, McCaffrey voiced concerns about AIYUK's attitude during practices and his sometimes inconsistent energy on the field. While these comments have not been confirmed on the record, multiple sources close to the team suggest tensions may have been simmering behind the scenes, particularly in light of AIYUK's ongoing contract situation. The receiver has reportedly expressed frustration with the front office over stalled negotiations, and now these murmurs about locker room discontent only add fuel to an already volatile mix. If true, McCaffrey's doubts could signify deeper fractures within the 49ers locker room than previously understood. In a team known for its unity and strong leadership, such internal doubts, especially involving two high-profile players, could eventually affect team chemistry just as the season approaches. Whether these comments were taken out of context or represent a genuine rift remains unclear, but speculation is mounting and difficult to ignore. The growing tension has become the latest topic of conversation among fans, analysts, and even former players, many of whom have taken to social media to offer their perspectives. Some argue that if McCaffrey indeed spoke negatively about AIYUK, it could reflect a broader frustration among veterans who are eager to chase a Super Bowl before their championship window closes. Others caution that locker room dynamics are complex and that small disagreements can be blown out of proportion when filtered through rumors and hearsay. Still, the timing of these alleged remarks is curious, coming just as the 49ers are finalizing their preseason roster and working to establish unity ahead of Week 1. There is no official audio or video of McCaffrey making these comments, but the very idea that the offense's most dynamic playmakers might be at odds is enough to concern even the most optimistic fans. The front office has so far remained tight-lipped, refusing to add credibility to the swirling speculation. However, the absence of denial can sometimes speak louder than a formal response. For now, this possible friction between McCaffrey and AIYUK hovers like a cloud over training camp, raising questions about how, or if, the team will address it publicly. Insiders with knowledge of the team's internal operations suggest that while McCaffrey has taken on more of a leadership role in recent months, he may be feeling the pressure of balancing that responsibility with maintaining harmony in a locker room filled with strong personalities. AIYUK, known for his quiet confidence and work ethic, has been one of the team's most productive receivers, making the idea of him being called out particularly surprising to those close to the organization. Some speculate that if the comments did occur, they may have been more about pushing AIYUK to reach an even higher level rather than genuine criticism. Others believe it could be the latest episode in a string of passive-aggressive exchanges that have occasionally surfaced in high-stakes environments like the NFL. What complicates matters further is the team's Super Bowl aspirations, which leave little room for distractions or interpersonal drama. Should these rumors prove accurate, it will be up to head coach Kyle Shanahan and general manager John Lynch to mend any fissures quickly before they grow into lasting divisions. Whether it was a moment of honesty or a lapse in judgment, McCaffrey's alleged comments now carry weight in the court of public opinion. AIYUK himself has yet to address the rumors directly, which has only added to the intrigue. His recent cryptic social media posts, featuring vague quotes and unexplained emojis, have sparked even more debate among fans and analysts trying to read between the lines. Some believe he's responding subtly to the situation, while others see it as a coincidence or perhaps an intentional misdirection. Regardless, his silence is not being interpreted as indifference. Rather, it's viewed as a strategic decision to let the situation simmer rather than escalate. The team's PR department has also remained conspicuously quiet, suggesting they are either still assessing the fallout or choosing to downplay the story altogether. The question remains, if the reports are indeed false, why hasn't the team, or either player, instead chosen to shut them down? In the absence of clarity, the narrative continues to build momentum. This alleged rift between McCaffrey and AIYUK is now becoming more than just a locker room squabble. It's turning into a subplot that could dominate headlines well into the season unless addressed directly by those involved. As the 49ers prepare for the upcoming season, the shadow of this rumored dispute lingers ominously over what should be a period of excitement and optimism. The team boasts one of the most talented rosters in the league, and any suggestion of internal conflict threatens to derail the focus necessary to achieve championship goals. With McCaffrey seen as a vocal leader and AIYUK as a crucial part of the offensive puzzle, the dynamic between them could significantly impact team cohesion. If this story proves to have substance, it may prompt a reassessment of leadership structures within a locker room or even force uncomfortable conversations behind closed doors. Alternatively, this could all blow over as an exaggerated tale born from competitive tension and preseason stress. But in the high-stakes world of professional football, perception often carries as much weight as reality. Whether real or imagined, the mere suggestion of discord between McCaffrey and AIYUK is enough to keep fans, pundits, and possibly even teammates on edge until the truth is revealed or publicly denied. The whispers will continue, shaping narratives and perhaps influencing decisions far beyond what either player intended. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.